It's time
for wrestling.
Tuesday.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. It is greatly appreciated. If this is your first time watching, what I do is every Tuesday I ask 5 questions, all dealing with the sport of professional wrestling. At the end of the video, if you're entertained, have fun, hey, drop the like button, leave a comment, let me know how you did. Also, if this is your first time tuning in, you want to see more of my content, be a champion. Click that subscribe button. Without no further ado, let's let her rip.
Question.
Number 1.
Alright, first question here. Who won the 2007 Pro Wrestling Guerrilla Battle of Los Angeles tournament? Was it A, SEMA, B, Roderick Strong, or C, Kyle O'Reilly? Alright, first question again. Who won the 2007 Pro Wrestling Guerrilla Battle of Los Angeles tournament? Was it A, SEMA, B, Roderick Strong, or C, Kyle O'Reilly? The answer is A, SEMA. He won it. I think I've seen him a few times. He makes sporadic appearances in the United States. I think first time I seen him, I think he faced Christopher Daniels at Double or Nothing or Firefest or something like that. I forgot. It was some AEW show. Right now, let's see. He is wrestling and spends a lot of time in what's it called? China. Oriental Wrestling Entertainment. Still does Dragon Gate. GLEAT. He participates in that. Actually, yes. I was just looking it up right now. Yes, it was All Elite Wrestling's Double or Nothing, where the hashtag Stronghearts. That's T-Hawk with SEMA and L. Linderman against SoCal Uncensored, SCU. Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky. I believe that was actually a pretty decent match to watch. Anyway, let's go to question number 2.
Question number 2.
Question 2. Who did Mark Lewin defeat to win his first United States Heavyweight Championship? This is the Detroit version I'm talking about here, so that should give you a clue of who it is. Was it A, Don Kent, B, The Sheik, or C, Bobo Brazil? Alright, question number 2 again. Who did Mark Lewin defeat to win his first United States Heavyweight Championship? Like I said, this is the Detroit version. Was this A, Don Kent, B, The Sheik, or C, Bobo Brazil? Of course, the answer is The Sheik. I remember seeing The Sheik when I was a kid at one time, and I forgot what promotion it was, but or what television program it was, but he was the first one I seen to throw fire. Then I seen Jerry Lawler do it, but I think he's the first one to actually originated the fire throwing thing, and the first one I believe to bring the snake out. He was he was definitely a character in professional wrestling. Mark Lewin, of course, he would go on to become Maniac Mark Lewin and wrestling in Florida as the Purple Haze, part of Kevin Sullivan's Army of Darkness table. But yeah, he was a big star in I think it was called Big Time Wrestling in Detroit. So, yeah, a lot of characters out there. Let's go to question number 3.
Question.
Number 3.
All right, here we go. Question number 3. Who was fired from the WWF after SummerSlam 1991? Was it A, General Adnan, B, The Ultimate Warrior, or C, Colonel Mustafa? All right, take 100. Question number 3 again. Who was fired from the WWF after the main event of SummerSlam 1991? Was it A, Gerald Adnan, B, The Ultimate Warrior, or C, Colonel Mustafa? The answer is, of course, The Ultimate Warrior. He wasn't happy that Hulk Hogan was getting a bigger payday than he was, so he, I think the story's correct, refused to go out there unless he got paid the same as Hulk Hogan did for the night's work. So Vince said, okay, fine, screw it, here you go. He went, worked the match, came back. As soon as Ultimate Warrior came back to the back, there was Vince McMahon saying, "You're fired!" So, yeah, that's how the Ultimate Warrior got fired the first time from the WWF. Of course, again, I think I hit this subject on the Spot Show live stream that I do every Thursday at 8 o'clock. Talking about people whose name changed. Of course, General Adnan was Sheik Adnan El Casey. Yeah. Sheik Adnan El Casey in the AWA. Colonel Mustafa, of course, was the Iron Sheik, but neither one of those got fired. It was the Ultimate Warrior. Next.
Question.
Number 4 sheet.
All right, a little bit of a softball question for you guys. What new show premiered on October 2nd of 2019? Was it A, AEW Dynamite, B, NWA Power, or C, WWE NXT on USA? All right, question number 4 again. What new show premiered on October 2nd of 2019? Was it A, AEW Dynamite, B, NWA Power, or C, WWE NXT on USA? The answer, of course, is AEW Dynamite. Yes, it debuted on the TBS network Wednesday, October 2nd of 1991. I was there for the first show. Does anybody remember the first match on the show? If you do, drop it in the comments. I should say that for, I think I already asked that one time. Anyway, regardless, yes, AEW debuted. Seems like a bunch of shows premiered on October 2019. NWA Power also debuted in October, but I think it's towards the end of October that year. Unfortunately, I think they got bit hard by COVID, unfortunately, because they had a pretty good roster at the time. They actually had Eli Drake, who everybody knows as LA Knight now. So that's an opinion question right there. Do you think NWA Power could have actually been a little bit bigger if it wasn't for COVID and they had a talent at the time like Eli Drake and James Storm? Hit me up in the comments on that one, because it was on YouTube and Fight Network, or wherever that streaming service is, Fight, FITE. And of course, WWE NXT on USA speaks for itself. Anyway, let's go to the main event, question number 5.
Question.
All All right, main event question number 5. Who was a special referee in the WWF World Tag Team title match between Jay and Jules Strongbow versus Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito on June 28th of 1982? Was A. Bruno Sammartino, B. Jimmy Superfly Snuka, or C. Polish Power Ivan Putski? All right, question number 5 again. Who was the special referee in the WWF World Tag Team title match between Jay and Jules Strongbow versus Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito on June 28th of 1982? Was it A. Bruno Sammartino, B. Jimmy Superfly Snuka, or C. Ivan Putski? The answer is C. Ivan Putski. A little bit of a controversial match at the time. Putski, I believe, Jay had Saito's shoulders to the mat. 1, 2, 3. However, I think it, or was it Fuji? One of them had their foot on the rope. So before the count of 3. So I think they, even though Cheap J and Jules Strongbow did win the titles that night. I guess there was probably a couple of rematches, but I do believe Saito and Fuji wound up winning them back. Putski, popular wrestler at the time, he was a one-time WWF Tag Team Champion himself. Held that championship with Tito Santana. I believe that was in 1982 as well. Let me check right quick. Only take me a second. And actually 79. My bad. So 79, him and Tito won the WWF World Tag Team Championship. Big star in Texas. Wrestler at Big Time Wrestling Texas version, of course, which later became World Class Championship Wrestling. Held the American Tag Team Championship with Jose Lothario 1 time. Texas Tag Team Champion 2 times, both also with Jose Lothario. Wrestling Southeast or Southwest Championship Wrestling, which was based in San Antonio. A one-time tag team champion with Wahoo McDaniel. Actually, is a WWF Hall of or WWE Hall of Famer himself. Was inducted in 1995. Anyway, that does for this week's Wrestling Tribute Tuesday. Hope you folks enjoyed it. Tune in next week. Until that time, you folks have a good one and take it easy. Hey there, thank you for checking this out. If you enjoyed it, share with friends, drop a like button, leave a comment. Also, be a champ and hit that subscribe button. You can also check me out on social media, Facebook at Ronald Ray, on X or Twitter is RPATRPTV46. Until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.